In the last 36 months, I've taken $37.9 million in dividends out of my business. All right, so that's not business sales, that's not anything else. That's $37.9 million in dividends I've taken out in the last 36 months. And I wanted to lead with that, mostly because I thought it would make the video a hell of a lot more interesting. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alex Ramosi. I own acquisition.com. Today I wanted to talk to you because I had a really interesting conversation with a couple that's an entrepreneurial couple, and I caught myself in this tirade, this rant about passive income and how it's not as cool as people think it is. And I wrote down some of the notes after the dinner, and I thought I would share it with you because I think that passive income is one of these things that people talk about all the time. It's a great headline for YouTube videos and clickbait and all this crap. And the thing is that number one, 99.9% of people will never have true passive income, or passive income as, you know, in any material amount. If you own stocks and you get dividends from those stocks, then that is truly passive. But if all you do is actively manage your passive dividend stocks, then you have active income. And so what I want to do in this video, hopefully, is make active income great again. All right? Active income's gotten a really ugly name. All right, let's be real. A lot of people are like, you have a job. You know what's real? Everyone has a job. And everyone trades the exact same currency for the exact same output. We trade time for money. The only difference is that some of us have more leverage with which we trade that time for more money. But at the end of the day, we are always trading time for money. Period. I don't care what anyone says. Passive just means you trade a smaller percentage. And so rather than and if you've watched my billionaire mental models video, then you'll find this familiar. We like to speak in the binary of active versus passive, when in reality is how passive or how active is this income stream? Interesting. And what I want to do today is make an interesting argument for you about why I think passive income blows. All right? So let us begin. Number one, I live in a building right now of almost exclusively 8-figure, 9-figure, and 10-figure entrepreneurs. So that's 10 figures being billionaires, 100 millionaires, and decamillionaires. And I will tell you this, having now seen especially lots of guys who are in that category who are 40, 50, sometimes 60 years old. Observation number one, we are not meant to not work. We are not meant to not work. We are meant to work. All right? Seeing these dudes pursue a pleasure-filled life or a pleasure-seeking life is one of the saddest things that you can possibly imagine. It is the weirdest thing. It's like seeing a tiger defanged, right? It's like, it's not good. And these guys are gladiators. These are guys who know how to win in the arena. And I'm not trying to project my desires onto their lives. It's their choice. They can do whatever they want. But me as a passive observer of looking at people that I believe have a lot of similar character traits to me, I see a different paths that I can go down in my life, and I can tell you, I do not like it. So number one, there is no off switch on a tiger. When you turn it off, it's not pretty. Number two, right now, my wife and I probably make around $6 million-ish a year passively. In terms of like, we have virtually, like on the, let's say if 0 is you're literally doing the thing, and 10 is you forgot that you do that there's anything to be done, and that would be completely passive versus completely active. I would say that we're probably like an 8.5. I'll tell you this, it's not fun. When we were actively involved in our businesses, compared to now, I think honestly it was more fun. And I think a lot of people always want to portray that their current state is the most advanced state. And I can tell you over the last 9, maybe 12 months, man, I've done almost nothing. I mean, the 3 videos a week I make on YouTube is probably like the most engaging work I do. It's like the only thing I'm like looking forward to every week because of how little that I'm doing in the business. And the reason I'm bringing this up is this, all right? So make sure you hear the right message from this. I'm saying this in no way to flex. I'm saying this because I made that the goal. And I think that now that I am here, I regret it. I continued to solve problems in my business, and I had the perspective which was spoken to me as a younger entrepreneur, which is if you're doing something, if you're actively involved in the business, it means it can't run it without you, which means there is something wrong. Which means you are not as good as an entrepreneur as you think you are, because you are required to make this business work, which means it's not a real business, right? I think that's horseshit. And I think that I can tell you right now truthfully, because I've walked it, it's not just like a hypothetical idea. Like, I truly do almost nothing in terms of what is on my calendar every day. And I can tell you, I'm bored out of my mind. And so next season, so starting 2022, I'm gonna be doing some big stuff, right? But the entire goal that I optimized around for years was passive income. It was, I want to build a business that can run without me. And from the dividends that I get from that business, I can do whatever I want. But here's what's crazy that they don't tell you. If you love the game, then why would you want to get yourself out of it? Huh? Isn't that weird? It's like, I love this thing, I'm so good at it, that I'm going to play basketball so well that eventually I'm just going to stop playing and the team's going to win without me. And so I think what I've given myself permission to do as of late is I've given myself permission to work for the love of working, because I choose to. And so I think that I had this idea when I was trying to scale my businesses that I wanted freedom to do whatever I wanted, right? We want the freedom to choose. But for some reason, over time, that got morphed into everything has to be passive. And I can tell, and I'm making this video so that hopefully you don't make the same mistake, which is like, it's okay to run your business, and it's okay to like it. Because I miss the shit out of it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I do. But in an effort to create space so other people could rise up and they could have their own growth and development, I moved away so that they could have that opportunity. And the thing is now I can't really jump back into business, because otherwise I would displace people, right? I'm not needed. And so it's been an interesting process for me to walk through this. We have this dream, we have this goal to have this thing that kicks off cash flow every single month that's far in excess of what we need to live. But I am in a building where I get to see the outcome of what that looks like every day, and it's not pretty. And I can tell you, over the last 9 months, 12 months of what my life has been, it's not pretty. It's not fun. It's boring. It's empty. There's nothing to do. And I got this quote from Taki Moore, and I really like it. He said, in the Bible, the first thing that God did and gave Adam was not Eve. It was a job. And I think that there's just been this I don't know, demonification. I don't know if there's a word there. Yeah, something bad, right? People have been batting, shaking their finger at. Work. Why? It's what we're supposed to do. And so I think that if we can focus on, and this is where I'm kind of walking towards right now, is now that you, at least for me, this is me talking to myself, is like, now that you've figured out that you can truly create something that can run without you. You've learned the skills of not just, quote, building a passive business, but truly a business that can run without you and grow, and grow. All right? There's one thing to create a business that can maintain without you and still continue to generate cash flow. It's a totally different thing to be able to put enough talent in place that a business can grow without you. That is when you actually have a business. I now know that I can do that. I can check that box off. But I feel like now I can be certain in that I can make the choice to say, I know that I can do that, and I choose not to. Because I choose, because it is my choice, because I sought out freedom, right? I have the option, I know that I can build that. But now that I have experienced and I've tasted that fruit, I know that of the different flavors of fruit, the one that I prefer is I prefer the challenge. I prefer the game. I prefer being in the game rather than watch the team win without me. But I just think that passive income is not as cool as people think it is. I think we need to make active income cool again. We're meant to work. We have the freedom to choose, not the freedom to do nothing. Because we think that we want to have freedom to do all the shit that we want to do, but the thing is in the course of building the life that we have, there's nothing that gives you the rush of business. Nothing's as high octane as this, right? And the stuff that is as high octane as that, if done enough times, eventually you're gonna die. You got into this game, you had these things and these hobbies that you enjoyed. You get rid of those hobbies to go double down on the game. you go and you continue to play the game, you eventually win the game, right? And then you look back and now you have all this time because you continue to trade things to get more time back, get more time back, get more time back, and eventually you have all your time back, but you have nothing to fucking do. And so then you're stuck in the position that I'm in right now, which is, what do I enjoy? And I enjoy doing the things that got me here. And so that is what I'm going to be doing in the next chapter, 2022, is I'm going to be doubling down very aggressively, and you'll be seeing some moves from behind the sidelines, behind the glass of what I'll be doing. But I'll tell you that seeking pleasure is not the game. It's incredibly boring. And yeah, this is something that no one ever shared with me, and I figured I would share it with you because Mosey Nation, you guys fucking rock. Love you guys. And if you're new to this world, I think I said it at the beginning, but if I didn't, my name's Alex Mosey. I own acquisition.com. We do about $85 million a year. And if you enjoyed this video, I'm glad you did. And keep being awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next one.